culturally speaking, the South is so conservative. And we have a hard time talking about sex in general.
What Obie McNair is about to discuss is very brave for a person of color living in Mississippi, a place where spirituality is in conflict with sexuality, and sexuality is in conflict with stigmas. It's Jackson, Mississippi, a place fourth in the nation for new HIV infection rates.
It has its backward moments, but I love it.
When you say backwards, what do you mean? How has it felt backwards to you in your life?
There are still moments where you're reminded, oh, that's right, I am still a black person. And sometimes when you are like, then you add the thing of being same gender loving, it's just kind of like, oh, now I'm really, back in the 1960s and whatnot. So it has its moments, when you say, okay, I wish you were a little bit more progressive, a little more, forward thinking in the world when it comes to Mississippi.
So you say same gender loving.
Yes.
So you are gay.
Sure, if you want to define it like that. For me personally, I've always agreed more with same gender loving because unfortunately, I feel that in society today, when you say gay, there are certain connotations and certain in judgments that are associated with that to outside people. I think people
And outside people often attach this statistic to people like Obie. Black men who have sex with men are more affected by HIV than any other group in the United States, according to the CDC. Of the nearly 40,000 HIV diagnoses in 2017, Black, gay, and bisexual men made up 37% of all HIV diagnoses among all gay and bisexual men in the nation. And in the South, it's more concentrated. African Americans in the southern region account for more than half of all new HIV transmissions.
They say 1 in 2, in their lifetime, 1 in 2 black men who have sex with men will become infected with HIV in their lifetime.
When you hear that, what do you think?
Selfishly, the first thing you think of is, well, I don't want to be that one. Right. I don't want to be the one of 2. So,
but has your mind changed from that selfish notion to thinking of people who get HIV? It's not necessarily their fault?
Right, absolutely.
Right.
I'm never going to be one to say that, okay, you got HIV, that's on you, whatever the case. But I'm the kind of person that believes that whatever tool I can have in my toolbox to prevent me from becoming HIV positive, I'm going to have it. And so, again, that was why I really gravitated to PrEP.
PrEP stands for pre-exposure prophylaxis. It's a pill, also known by its brand name, Truvada. And when taken daily, it can be 99% effective in preventing the transmission of HIV. It's one example of access to quality, all-encompassing health care, something Obie says is lacking in Mississippi, based on his work as a clinical research coordinator for My Brother's Keeper and its extension, Open Arms Healthcare Center.
One study that we did, we looked at various we looked at stress, we looked at resiliency, we've looked at environment spaces, we've looked at condom uses, risky sexual behavior, we've looked at family dynamics, we've looked at, we've even looked at body imaging and body appeal and see if that has any factor.
So what you're saying is contracting HIV goes beyond sex.
Absolutely. Because the thing about it though is that so many things of our everyday life can impact whether or not we have sex with somebody and whether or not we protect ourselves. Mississippi is starting to come around. That is something that anybody can become infected with it. I think a large scale, there is still a strong hold that HIV is something that in people who sleeping with the same sex become infected with. But I do think that the landscape is shifting. I think that...
Do you think it's being recognized more as an epidemic that needs to be addressed?
Here in Mississippi, I think now it is.
Okay.